Welcome to this week's edition of the Week in Triathlon, and without further ado, let's roll that intro and get stuck into this week's news. General triathlon news is that the pro start list for the Escape From Alcatraz Triathlon has been announced and it's available on the web. The one important thing to note as far as Escape From Alcatraz is concerned, it's taking place on Sunday the 12th of June, which is exactly 2 months before Lance Armstrong's triathlon ban ends. So you know for sure you won't have Lance Armstrong on the start line for Escape From Alcatraz this year, but as far as next year is concerned, who knows? And now for the world of Ironman. The big news out of Ironman this week is the announcement of a new online tool called Ironman CoachMatch. It had to come sometime, obviously, because Ironman has launched the Ironman University, where they give a certification to Ironman qualified coaches, and to become an Ironman qualified coach, you have to fork out it's either $700 or $900 paid over to the Ironman Corporation, go through 14 hours of online tuition, and you get your certificate that says you are a certified Ironman coach. And what CoachMatch does is it takes athletes, and I'm pretty sure that most of this is geared towards newbie athletes, and gets you to answer a series of questions and matches you up to one of these coaches that have qualified through the Ironman 14-hour online university package. So that's what's happening. It's a free service to athletes. So in other words, the coaches that have already forked out $700 or $900 will obviously need to fork out an additional bunch of dollars to be on the CoachMatch system, to be matched up to athletes that are registering through the CoachMatch system. Then, as far as Ironman racing is concerned, last weekend were two 70.3 events. The first of which was in Puerto Rico, and Tine Deckers of Belgium picked up the ladies' title, while Tim O'Donnell of the USA won for the men. And then the other Ironman event was Monterrey, Mexico, and Heather Wurtel of Canada picked up the ladies' title, while Tim Don of Great Britain picked up the men's. And then finally, as far as the coming weekend is concerned, Sunday the 27th of March will be the Ironman 70.3 in Taiwan. Now for the world of the Challenge family. As far as news is concerned, no new news features have been loaded up onto the Challenge family website. No news features coming out of the Challenge family at all for this week, so there's no news to report on as far as that's concerned. Last week Sunday there was the Half Challenge Amazonia in Brazil, and strangely enough the Challenge family haven't even released the results of that event. So I've got no idea why the results have been withheld, but possibly next weekend I'll have those results of Challenge Amazonia for you. As far as the coming weekend is concerned, 0 Challenge family events scheduled for next weekend. Now we move off-road for the world of Xterra. No news of any significance has been released by the Xterra team for this week, so nothing to report on as far as that's concerned. Last weekend there was an Xterra on Sunday the 20th. That was Xterra Costa Rica, and Myriam Guillot-Boisset of France picked up the ladies' title, while Carl Shaw edged out Xterra World Champion Josiah Middaugh to pick up the men's title. So that looks like it's going to be an interesting tussle through the rest of the Pan American Series between Carl and Josiah, so we'll have to keep our eyes peeled as far as what transpires there. And we won't have to wait for overly much longer, because this coming weekend is event number 2 on the Pan American Xterra Tour, and that will be Xterra Argentina on Saturday the 26th of March. Now for the world of the ITU. ITU has confirmed the dates of the Penticton Multisport Championship. The 4 events that make up the Multisport World Championship will be held from the 18th to the 27th of August 2017, and that's in Penticton, British Columbia, Canada. As far as last weekend was concerned, there were 3 continental ITU championships that took place. The first of which was the Oceania Triathlon Championship in Gisborne, New Zealand. Emma Moffat of Australia and Marcel Walkington, also of Australia, picked up the ladies and men's titles respectively. Then the second Continental Championship that took place, all of these took place last week, Sunday the 20th. The second Continental Championship that took place was the South American Championship, that was in Valparaiso in Chile, and Romila Biagoli of Argentina picked up the ladies' title, while Anton Ruanova of Brazil won for the men. Then the third and final Continental Championship that took place last weekend was the African Triathlon Championship taking place in Buffalo City, South Africa. Mari Rabi of South Africa won for the ladies, and Henry Schumann of also of South Africa won for the men's. This coming weekend, only one event on the ITU calendar to be looking forward to, and that's an African Sprint Triathlon Cup event that takes place in Le Morne, and that is on the island of Mauritius. That brings us to the end of this week's edition of the Week in Triathlon. Remember to share this out amongst all your triathlon friends. Post any comments, questions, criticisms you have in the comment section down below. Thumbs up if you like the content. And last but by no means least, remember there's a subscribe button down below. Hit the subscribe button. Stay subscribed to my channel for all the content that comes out to you daily. Remember, next week Friday, another edition of the Week in Triathlon, and up until then, every single day of the week will be athlete questions answered and other news items of international importance relating to triathlon and distance running. Until we meet again, stay carved up for the win. I'll see you then. Cheers. CoachEdu.net. Welcome to this week's edition of the Week in Triathlon with